This Tehran Deadline news photograph carried by Pakistan's Dawn newspaper in today's issue shows Iranian Defense Minister Hussein Daygan meets Syrian Chief of Staff General Ali Abdullah Ayyub in Tehran on Tuesday. Iran says it will maintain its support for the Syrian government despite the deaths of hundreds of its advisors and volunteers in the 6-year civil war in Syria. Ladies and gentlemen, before I say anything about the current situation in the Middle East and North Africa, I would like to say a few words about Sir John Bagot Glubb or Glubb Pasha. Glubb was a British Army officer who became Chief of General Staff of the Arab region, the Jordanian Army. After serving with the Royal Engineers during World War I, he went to Iraq in 1920 and organized an Iraqi police force. In 1930, he moved to the new state of Transjordan, now Jordan, and set up the Arab Legion's Desert Patrol. He was commandant of the Legion from 1939 until 1956. Glubb was born at Preston in Lancashire, England. The World Book Encyclopedia, however, doesn't say anything more about Glubb Pasha. One fine morning, however, Glubb Pasha was summoned to the office of Prime Minister in Amman, where he was told to take leave. It was clearly his dismissal. He was also told to leave the country within 2 hours, TWO, 2 hours. I believe General retired Raihil Sharif, the former Army Chief of Pakistan, who is right now in Saudi Arabia to lead or head the recently formed 41-state Islamic Military Alliance, is fully aware of Glubb Pasha's fate. Having said that, I would like to say a few words about how Saudi Arabia, the brainchild behind this Islamic Military Alliance, looks at the challenge of terrorism. In my view, the Saudi approach to this challenge, that is the challenge of terrorism, essentially stems from a kind of solution that it perhaps identifies in the speeches of Rajaj bin Yusuf al-Taqwi that he delivered before the people of Kufa and Basra in the 7th century. Speaking to the people of Basra, he, for instance, had said, Ya al-Basra, ayyuhan nas, man aya udao, find the dawao. Anybody who carries the burden of an affliction, I have a cure for him. وَمِن طَوَالَ يُمْرِ قَسْرَةٌ عَلَى بَقْيَةٍ إِنَّ لِلشَّيْطَانِ سَيْفٌ وَإِنَّ لِلسُّلْطَانِ سَيْفٌ فَمِنْ سَقُمَتْ سَرِيرَةٌ سَقَتْ عُقُبَةٌ إِنِّي أَنْظُرُ فَمَا لَا أُنْظِرُ يَا أَهْلَ الْبَصْرَةِ يَا أَهْلَ الشِّقَاقِ وَالنِّفَاقِ. Regardless of the merits, fairness, genuineness, plausibility, and even profundity of the Saudi demands, desires, and aspirations, General Raihil Sharif, in my view, is required to take an approach that is strongly characterized by a higher degree of professionalism and greater transparency. He is expected to become embodiment of his country's interests or ambitions in the Middle East and beyond. He must epitomize whatever his country considers romantic or benevolent in its relationship with Saudi Arabia. He is, in my view, expected to take every possible step that is aimed at creating greater sectarian harmony in the Islamic world. Why I'm saying all these things? Because, like any other Pakistani, I am a great admirer of General Rahil Sharif, who took his scheduled retirement, paving the way for another army general to take the command of one of the best armies in the world. In my view, Pakistan's army is more war-hardened than even its best friend China's. I would argue that Pakistan's army is a successor to the Ottoman army. Which was undoubtedly one of the 6 best armies in the history of the world. The remaining 5 armies were the Roman army, the Mongols or the Mongol army, the Red Army of the Soviet Union, the Nazi army of Germany, and of course the US army. Yesterday's meeting between the Iranian defense minister and Syrian chief of staff, I believe, has only contributed to the criticality or enormity of General Rahil's challenge. I wish him success. How India, Iran, Syria, Israel, the Houthis of Yemen, Kurds in Iran, Iraq, Syria and Turkey, various stakeholders in the post-Gaddafi Libya, the Ikhwans in Egypt, Jordan, Syria and elsewhere, the Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Hamas in Palestine, and others. Look at the evolution of this Islamic Military Alliance is a question that I will certainly answer anytime soon. My name is Sarfraz Ahmed, Minya Zabur Sarfraz Ahmed, Ya Raboti Devi Gazeta, Ana Sarfraz Ahmed, Naib Raisul Tahrir Fi Jarida. Thank you very much. Pakistan, Zindabad.